Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Ajuna Sharawat, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with industry stalwarts interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulae for many. This is what we aim that these sessions are, a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry titan on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Joydeep Nandy. Welcome, Joydeep, to FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you for getting me here. Thank you, Ajuna.
Our pleasure. Joydeep Nandy, an Associate Director with US MNC, and a fellow member of Institute of Engineers, India, working for the most ethical global company of 16 years, has played an active role in ESG, D&I, CSR, and workplace integrity. Out of his many achievements, remarkable feats are establishing 200 plus modern service centers for global consumer durable company and 26 foods and beverage manufacturing facilities for one of the largest FMCG company in the world. Having worked across India and handled various projects in Egypt, Asian region, US, UK, and Middle East. Joydeep, you have 27 plus years of experience in services and marketing field. What has helped you throughout your career journey?
Well, thank you for the question. See, I can tell you throughout my career, what I have done is my ability to, bring a very strong relationship with my clients, my, people across, and internally my colleague, my, friends, everyone. So what has helped me, is during this journey when you have good friends, good people from across different spheres, you also you get that ability to learn and change with whatever is required. So over the time, many things have changed. I have acquired those. I have tried to implement that, and then I have gone forward. But if I can tell you a few things in addition to this, whatever I'm saying, is my working with two of these biggest companies in the world. What I have learned is, one is the ability of people to work, to gain different knowledge of different spheres, and then one thing I think I should tell you that is these companies, the way they work is one very common bonding is they have very strong sustainability index. They have a very good knack for ESGs. They have major D&I involvement, and and the way they work, which is integrity. I'm very sure there are very few companies in India who would have this kind of level of integrity, and that's how it shows also. If you are aware, there is a ethical index in New York Stock Exchange, and the company I'm currently working for, they are the topmost company in that ethical index for last 16 years, and I think many things I can talk about it. Maybe I'll just make it a little short. I can give you examples after examples where, we follow these norms and ensure that, we make a better environment, better, planet for people. So that's how has, kept me working in these companies for so long.
Please share some of the examples that you were talking about.
Yeah, great. So I can do that. So I'll tell you about a very small incident with my previous company on integrity. So what has happened is, I think I put it up on my write-ups also. What has happened is, we had to get truckloads of equipments, not equipments, you can call it consumer durables, from manufacturing unit to our warehouses. And it is some time back, where companies had to give a form 29, which is like a small challan, and which they had to take it, source it from government agencies and give it at the check post. Previously, we used to have check post before GST and all, and then release that truck into the warehouses, right? And there was a simple process in with these government agencies saying that if you want a booklet of that form 29, you have to give 500 rupees to that clerk, which is just bare minimum money, And so my accountant came to me saying that, sir, we have to pay this money so that we can get that challan booklet. I said, no, let's not give it. And he said, then we won't be getting our, total stock. It will get stuck there at the check post, and you have to pay a lot of money to the truck drivers. You have to pay for transportation. We might lose some of these equipments. Some of this, are this consumer durable goods. So basically, I'll tell you, the goods are like refrigerators, washing machine, microwave ovens, and ACs. So I said, no, let's not pay this money just like that. So I spoke to my legal team, So I was there in Odisha that time, and I had to speak to my legal team there in Delhi. And I said, this is what it is. How do we tackle it? So my legal head, he said, boss, no, we won't pay them any money. And I said, then what to do? He said that hire a lawyer and file a case saying that they are not giving you these documents, which is like you're supposed to get it. So I did that. So I'll tell you something. We took almost 4 months to resolve that issue. And we spent, as a company, we spent 1 lakh rupees. It was sometime in 97 and all. 1 lakh rupees to get that court order given, saying that no, if everything, all documentation is fair and there, please pay court ordered government to release those papers, form 29s. The best part which happened was, after that, once this the court order came, these guys never asked for any kind of monies, neither to us nor to any other company. So there are so many companies who gets goods to this state from different location, so they never asked for that. So whenever I meet in that state, is a small place like Bhubaneswar, whenever I meet someone from different company, he says, "Arey boss, you have done a good job. Now we don't get any harassment here. Everything is in order." So these are things which gives you a lot of what do you call that enjoyment, the cherishedness,
Confidence and
yeah, exactly, confidence. So you can't take it in a monetary value. These are very it's not a tangible one, non-tangible one. So this is one example. I can give you hundreds of examples. I'll tell you, I don't know whether you're aware of that or not. We make this chips and different kind of food products which use oil, right? So I mean, chips you need to fry, like kurkure, if you are aware, you need to fry those. And we get this oil from different sources, because palm oil, it comes from either from Malaysia, Indonesia, and other places. Malaysia is the biggest, place to source from. Uh, we we source it in a sustainable way. What does that mean? That means that any palm oil which is coming to us has to be sourced from place where they don't use child labor, where they pay minimum wages, they don't do any kind of hera-fairy in that, because like you heard about these diamonds. There are diamonds which are ethically sourced, there are diamonds which are not sourced ethically. So see, and we pay pretty big money for that. For every ton of oil, we pay $24-5 extra, because those are audited, those locations are audited, those companies are audited. I never need to do that. I don't mention that on my, my pack of chips or my pack of kurkure saying that, this is sourced ethically, but we do it. So like it gives you immense pleasure, you see the company you're working for is supporting. So same with like another integrity is we follow each and every what do you call it, laws of the land, right? So like if I'm putting up a plant anywhere, so I follow every documentation that is required there, and with governments, if you've heard this, government been talking about that they're reducing, legal checklist and all, they're reducing number of, laws there, but but there are still many duplicate rules, but there are companies who doesn't follow at all. They are also thriving, there are companies, local companies, they don't follow any kind of rules. But for us, I follow each and every rule there. So if you have to source water because you need water for your plant, you have to have, bore wells which will collect this water, the similar quantity of water from rains or different water means, and that will go to the water ground level water. So, so if you see, you need not to do it, but we do that. We say that if I am taking out, 1 mld of water, I'll give back 1 mld of water to the earth. So that is how we source. If you see our sourcing of potatoes, we support all farmers in terms of giving them the seeds, giving them the money, to grow the potatoes, and then we buy it, at their cost. We don't say, we'll buy it at a lower cost or something like that. So whatever is the market price, we buy it at their cost. So this is how, sourcing is done. So, but you need not to mention that in your pack saying that, you do this kind of things. We never advertise our either CSR activities or our, ESG activities. We never mention it anywhere. But that gives, total employees huge confidence. Yes, we work on many fronts. We compete with each other. We do a lot of marketing activities. But what are you, what is that big thing which helps you to stay back? That's what has happened with, I think that could be another question of yours. Why have you stayed back, with this company for so long? It is not that I didn't get opportunities, I did get opportunities, but thing is, when you see the kind of learning you get here, so how do I don't know if it happens with other companies in this kind of level. So we do, we can do all kind of training. So if I need to go to, some US university to get ourselves trained, I can go there. And if I need to go to some Indian IIT, IIMs to get myself trained, I can go there. So every year you have a training plan, you get yourself trained, and the learning keeps on going. So it's very interesting, why I have stayed back, with this great companies, and this is what I want to, take it forward. So the learning here And if I, happen to get into some kind of good role, ID role, I want to take this forward there. Yes, one part is obviously I'll help them, growing their company. That's their, motive to make profits. But the other part, which can, give them a huge support, is this: the kind of soft skill, ESGs, sustainability, then DNI. DNI is a major thing, then workplace integrity. So these all things I want to, bring into the table.
So now coming to the training part, so you mentioned that you really got good training, different kind of trainings during your career journey. So which was the job role that you enjoyed the most?
Great question. So I'll tell you what has happened is, with my previous company, I started as a service executive, and if I can go a little bit before that, as intern, I joined Toshiba, a joint sector company here in India, and who were developing microwave ovens for India, right? So maybe I can call myself the first microwave oven engineer, and we developed that, the complete Indian cooking parameters. Her name is Tarla Bajaj. Not Tarla Bajaj. I think. Yeah, I think Tarla Bajaj. A long time back. I don't recall her name properly.
Tarla Dalal.
Tarla Dalal. Sorry. Tarla Dalal. Yeah. So she was.
I've seen the book.
Yes, have you seen the book?
Recipes, microwave recipes.
And I and she, both of us developed that. So she used to tell me, get all these things. And then I used to do the electronic programming in the, because I am an electronics engineer and electronics communication engineer. So I used to do that programming in the board. She used to ask me to get all those products, and then we used to cook. So because, there was no Indian cooking in that time. So that was my first beginning. And from there, I moved to Whirlpool. And so if you're talking about the training, yes, I'm very lucky to get all sort of trainings whenever I had asked for. So with my Whirlpool, with my previous company, I was given ISO training. I went to, Athens for taking a very good training on operations management. So that was the training there. Then I came back, and we used to have many trainings. It was in-house training, as well as we could have, gone outside and taken this training. So few trainings happened there. And after that, in this place, PepsiCo, kind of training starts from the very first day. So there was this bottling game. How do you do the total business plan over a table? So basically, the very interesting thing, I can still recall that, although it's almost 22, 23 years. On a table, you have everything. You have the products, you have the trucks, you have the distributors, you have the retailers, you have offices, you have, your central office, your people. And then we used to play a game like, how do we sell our product? How do we get the orders? How do we make it? How do we say that, okay, plant, please produce this SKUs, because you don't know. So there is this product. So the whole game was fantastic. You play role of, every member there, whether it is a plant manager, whether it is a salesman, whether it is a, unit manager. And these are different designation. You play every role, and then you complete that game. So that was the beginning. After that, I can tell you, I went for every possible training which is there available, like whether it is on presentation skills from BBC office, then from, supply chain management from IIT Delhi. These are the CSR from IIM Lucknow, the financial modules from IIM Calcutta. I think 2-3 of them I completed there. Then you have else. I mean, everything possible. So there were modules. We went abroad. We went to Thailand for training. We went to Egypt for training. So everywhere I have come across, and you'll see in my resume also that so much of training has come across in my career, and that has helped. That's fantastic. It helps you to gain a lot of knowledge, plus also impart knowledge. Sorry, I'm maybe yeah. You can ask question after that. I can talk about it. Is the technological changes? It changes heavily. It's a huge change. If you see initial days, we used to put a presentation on that OHP. You have a slide and you present it, and from there you moved up to now. It's everything hybrid working from home. It's all on Zoom. Now you have started chat gpt, you have started using. So the technologically it has changed substantially, and if you're not updated, then it is gone. Like, and this is what these companies provides you. Like my laptop gets changed every second year or third year, and we get the best of the laptops from these companies. So this is one thing that's keeps on sticking you to your workplace, saying that, okay boss, yeah, I have learned so much, I think I need to stay back and give back more to the company. After 2 years or maybe 3 years, I say that, boss, I need to learn something, and please change my role. This is what has come from my end. And you will see in this journey, over this last 23 years in this company, I have put up in every role possible. So I have gone ahead with sales and distribution. I have gone ahead with marketing. I have gone ahead with projects, engineering, supply chain management, global procurement. So all these roles, co-manufacturing, all these roles have learned, and it has, it is like, it is from nowhere. So I asked for this role. He says, yes, please go ahead and start working there. And I had to pick up a lot of things, a lot of challenges. So like one of my role I can talk about, it's my very recent roles, where you meet people from every sphere. Why is my this role of co-manufacturing, where I do manufacture 40% of our India volume, in India region volume, through co-manufacturing. What is that co-manufacturing is? Like, it is there practiced by every other company, whether it is HLL or ITC or any PNG, any other company you take. So they have a model called where you appoint a third party to manufacture for them, right? So since you cannot spread everywhere, you say that, okay boss, I'll get one person who is good in working there in that city, and he'll set up a factory for us, and and then we'll pick up products from him, and then we'll sell the products in the marketplace. So in that role, I have met every kind of people in India. So it could be big businessman, big, group companies, smaller people from that location. Some politicians also wanted to join. So we can't, allow politician to work for us. But I met them, and the best part is, talking to them, you understand, you learn, you share, you gain knowledge, you explain them everything, and slowly you build up that. So I can tell you a small place like Sataria. There is a place in UP. I don't know if you are from UP, so you'd know. It is between Varanasi and Allahabad. It's a very small place, and we wanted to set up a beverage plant there. Beverages like Pepsi, Pepsi Cola plant, and there was nothing. There was just this land and nothing else. But there's a road in between, which is connecting Varanasi and Allahabad, and we started putting up that plant. So I had to be there because there was no hotel, nothing there. So I had to, every day evening, I had to come back to either to Varanasi or go to Allahabad, which is almost like 2-3 hours journey. But slowly what happened over 1 year, the small city, grown up there. You have shops around, you have small guest houses been put up because people are coming, joining. 2,000 people were walking there. So you feel so great about it, You have set up a small community there with everything else, There's bazaar has put up, there's small tea shops se leke, and you have those hotels, everything there. And these people have started, walking there, staying back there, growing there. So this is how it has. So if you see my this shows also profile, diction says I have set up some 26 similar plants, across the country. And this is how you feel good about it, So I'm sorry, I missed your question. I suppose, yeah, on the training bit, I've told you. So it is lot of training. Every time you are there, you get that training. For whatever it is, and we are never stopped on training part. So you ask for a training, you get it.
And of course, you've enjoyed every role you got to play,
Right.
and you took every challenge in your stride.
Yeah.
Got it. And earlier you were talking about the technological changes that
Yes.
you've seen in your sphere.
Right.
So we would like to know what impacts have they made? Like, what did you feel about it? How it helped the business? And
Yes. So I was telling you, like, even in our personal front, which is like making presentation through OHP, overhead projector. I don't know if you have seen those projectors or not. Those are those standing projector. You have to put a slide there and then you display it. That's the beginning, And we used to have pages, not even mobile phone. Pages to say that, this you got to do, connect with this guy and all. Small pages. So that was the beginning, when I started. And if you see now, so from OHPs to now Zoom calls, all meetings over Zoom, you work from home, you have, and even the offices have changed like anything. Like if you come down to our office here in Gurgaon, you'll feel like this is more than office, playing place. So you have all kind of equipment, gym equipments, you have a mini golf course. So you can do that. So you have mute rooms, you have sleeping rooms, sleeping pods. So all sort of things are there, So people are given everything, like, for them to work. Whatever way they want to work, you have crash, you have, uh, I think the kind of in the canteens for everyone, for children. I mean, you can carry your children there. You can have a mini scratch. You can keep your kid there. So everything is possible. You have there in these offices. So, but that's a great change. And obviously, on the technology front, if you see, we used to have initially it was to manual billing, some manual dispatches through warehouses and all. Then SAP was implemented. Then you had like one thing which I implemented even in the previous company is that software where service used to get captured through software. Every call used to get captured, which is very common nowadays, but then it was not there. And then is to go to that engineer saying that Mr. Such and such, on the pager that you have a call here, you have to attend that. Whichever guy is there nearby, the way Zomato and Swiggy does nowadays. It was there, I'm talking about 90, 96, 97 and all. We implemented that. So then if there is a requirement of some spares to fix it, a vehicle will go and give it to that engineer. He'll go and fix that. So that's a common software from service to helping consumer to get their equipment right. That is what we had done in that place in my previous company. And this company also, we did similar work. Just to give you little information, in this company also, we have a huge quantity of refrigerators, if we have seen some of those visible coolers, or we have those fountain Pepsis. We have seen this fountains Pepsi in some of this, malls and multiplexes. So these are all given by, this my recent company, and we manage the service there, and it's just hectic. I'll tell you a small example is like in the multiplexes, from Monday to Friday, you have 30% of the, now it have gone up, 30% of the crowd coming. But in the weekend, Friday evening se leke Sunday evening tak, you have 70% of the crowd coming, and you have to service them. So this without technology, you cannot service those equipments. It is bound to fail, and obviously customer will get upset on that. And so we manage through a very closely knit software, where every minute these guys are there, our engineers, our technicians are there to help and support these customers. So that's one thing I can talk about, which has been pretty good for these companies.
Wonderful. Now coming to the ESG part, although you did talk about it initially, but
Right.
still I would like to ask you again here, as we are coming to the end of the interview,
Right.
that since you are now an ESG certified corporate governance expert,
Right.
what what kind of perspectives you offer to the corporate world?
Yeah. So if you see, ESG is in our blood. I mean, I'm sorry to use this word repeatedly, but whatever we do, we follow all kinds of corporate governance on ESG. So if you are, if you are appointing someone, so you'll ensure that ESG is followed. If you are putting up a factory, you do all kind of work on governance front, on social front, on environment front. I mean, I can give thousands of examples on this that which we follow. Like I'll tell you, in Mumbai, I was setting up a plant, in very close to Chembur, named Mahul. You're from Mumbai, so you know that place. So what happened was, like, we had to cut 2 trees. And how do we do it? It's just a long process that you have to go to BMC. BMC will come and check. They will, give approvals, and then only you can do that. And that might take 2 months or 3 months or 4 months, But we said we'll follow that. So nothing doing, small trees were there around, but we followed it, and we ensured that we put up another, 300 trees on the side walls of that boundary, saying that that was not told by anyone, but we did that. So that is how, you follow on every front. So environment, I told you, I given that example of replenishing back, or helping farmers to grow the crop, right? Replenishing back water and power. If you see our plants, all plants, they are all on sustainable power. It is not that we use thermal power or coal power. We use solar powers. We take power from windmills. We have ensured that we have some kind of what we call scrap burning. We generate power from there, and we turn our boilers. So everything is in a sustainable way we try to do, and plus we are doing a lot of work. We call it PEP Plus. You'll see. I think it will come up, in papers, newspaper also. So we are saying that we got to do more than what is needed.
Mm-hmm.
So for the environment, we'll do everything possible, and it has to be more than whatever is asked for. So that's what we are doing in this.
Wonderful.
Sorry, I've taken your time.
No,
Uh,
no, this is your time.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. So now coming to the last question, which is actually about the feedback. As you're aware, we are building a community of FaceTime with leaders. It is aimed at cross-pollination of knowledge, something that will lead to a robust corporate governance in India and build a community of non-executive directors for its robust framework. What would you like to say on this?
I think great idea, and when you have a similar mindset, people, it helps everyone. So if I can bring in knowledge from my domain, my sphere, and we talk about it in a leadership conference or other leaders, and then we implement that into different places. I think it's a fantastic way, and I'm so excited, to get into community and drive these agendas. Really, if I get a chance, I want to do that, and I want to share all kind of experiences and whatever insights I have. I want to share with the community and obviously, the people I interact with.
Thank you for this great feedback. That was a fantastic conversation with you. I'm confident that your insights will inspire the future leaders. Thank you, Joydeep, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors.